Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Collector Edition. I believe it's Superman 78, Christopher Reeve's Superman. This course is brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, as well as my good buddy Evil Villain. Click the link in the description below and hit him up over on ye old Instagram, because without him I would not have this figure, because he sold out not as quick as Power Girl, I don't think, but he didn't last all day, rightfully so, because when's the last time anyone's ever made a Christopher Reeve figure? If I'm not mistaken, there was a NECA Toys 7-inch figure which exploded upon being messed around with, so does that really count? And then there was like a little 4-inch one from Mattel's DC Multiverse line, which, you know, at that scale, can it really look like Christopher Reeve, or is it just forcing a square peg through a round hole? You know what I'm saying? But yes, Christopher Reeve Superman, a pretty big deal amongst DC Comics fans, except this guy. I have seen the movies. I was a kid when I seen the movies. Don't remember much about the movies, but I'm 27 years old as of the time I'm recording this video. I'm going to be 28 in about a month here. My Superman was Superman the Animated Series from Bruce Timm and the fine folks over at Warner Bros.' DC Animated Universe department. That's always been my Superman. That's always going to be my Superman. The voice actor, whose name escapes me, does a fantastic job as Superman. I've been binge watching that show as of late, and it's a really good show. It sets the stage for what would inevitably be the Justice League animated series in the early 2000s. So if I'm not over the moon about a Christopher Reeve Superman, that is why. He is not my go-to Superman. It is Superman from Superman the Animated Series. Much like Kevin Conroy is my go-to Batman. You know, I love Adam West, don't get me wrong. Might take a look at him a little later, but Kevin Conroy is my Batman. The only thing that sucks is both Batmans I really like are both gone. I guess we always got the one from that 2004 The Batman show and Diedrich Bader from Brave and the Bold, right? But we're not talking about Batman. We're talking about Superman. So why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and potatoes of this review and take a look, see it all. Christopher Reeve has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with a collectible trading card. Right there. Bio on the back. I'm curious if it has any details on the movie, not just Superman as character. But other than that, he does come with a crap ton of alt hands. He's got some flight hands, because no Superman's complete without them. As far as I can tell, these are all new. Like, none of this is reused, which is impressive. We got some kind of grip hands there. He got that kung fu grip going on. We got some more open-ish hands. This one's kind of flat. This one's kind of a little bit more open than the grip hands. And then we also have a pointy finger hand and a hand not holding kryptonite. That is not what that is. Why the heck would Superman be holding kryptonite? Freaking bozo. This is a key to unlock the Fortress of Solitude. So, there you go. He can jam out to Candlemas all he wants. And we also have an alt head, which is more or less for the Platinum Edition. I don't know why we couldn't just get a head with red eyes on it, like the same head with red eyes. But whatever. And last but not least, we got the flight stand, which is nice and tight for now. Open that up. It's nice and tight for now. I'm sure this will loosen up extensively over time. But there you go. There is that. That said, these are really good for Marvel Legends, because those are lights, because Hasbro doesn't give you enough plastic. So, popping him off the stand. He does not come with one of these. That's the only thing he doesn't come with. But I stole that from my one of my most recent Batman acquisitions from this line. But I gotta tell you, pretty solid for Christopher Reeve Superman. I think they did a good job. He's got the wired cape, which is the nice kind of t-shirty material. Almost feels like spandex. Almost. And it has the S kind of decal, tampo, decoed on the back there. Because I know that's a big deal for some people. If he doesn't have the S, oh, it's the end of the freaking world, even though it's on his back most of the time anyways. You really going to notice? The only time I care about the yellow S is when it's on the flag or on the cape, when the cape's being used as a flag by Doomsday because he just killed Superman. I know that's a cruel joke, but still, that's the only time the yellow S mattered to me. But this body is pretty well proportioned for a dude in a suit, but it is inevitably a dude in a suit. There's not a lot of muscle definition. If you want to use this for a custom base, you can. It's very classic golden age looking Superman suit, but I think we got that coming in the digital line down the road, so maybe hold your horses for that. But as far as articulation goes, his head will look up about this far. Yeah, that's about as far as it's going to go. Look down that far. He will tilt side to side. He will rotate side to side. It's not loose on there, but it feels like it pop off with ease. Shoulders go up to the side about that far. He's got the beautiful butterfly. I can shift around there. It's a little tricky, but it does work. You can rotate all the way around. He's got a bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow. That works okay. Not too bad. That's a little gappy, but in a different sense. He's got the ball hinge wrist that will rotate, hinge, and swivel. He's got a diaphragm joint that will rotate. That is nice and tight. It will bend back about this far. It'll bend forward about that far. And it's not too loose. It tilts that far that way and this far that way. So, not a bad torso joint. But you do need to find a sweet spot so it's nice and snug there. It's not too bad. It's a little wiggly because I just moved it. His waist will turn. I doubt you're going to get much lean out of that bad boy, but it is there. Phew. His hips will kick out this far. Diaper's not too stiff. Kick down, forward, and back. He's got a thigh cut. He's got a little thigh cut. Not a ton. A little bit. He's got a double knee, which... Oh, shoot. The hip just got caught up in the diaper. Let me fix that. Alright, there we go. His hip was stuck in his diaper for a little bit there. Yeah, it's because I did the thigh cut, that's why. Yeah, you're going to want to be mindful of diaper. It could get stuck in his hip there. I'm just trying to keep that from happening at the moment. And it's almost in there. Ah, shoot. Okay, so I might need to heat that. What the crap? Yeah, I'm trying to get that out of there. What's wrong with you? There you go. Now it's out. It's out of there. Got stuck. That's all there is to it. Just gotta finagle it. It's got a double knee. That works okay. No Cliffs of Dover going on there. That's nice. And his ankles are on ball hinges, so they will rotate. They will hinge up and down, rock, and then he's got a toe joint, but it's very stiff. But there you go. There is Christopher Reeve Superman in a nutshell. If you wanted a Christopher Reeve Superman, this is a Christopher Reeve Superman that exists. And unlike the NECA one, doesn't shatter to pieces, though. His leg does get stuck in his diaper kind of easily. So, I'm not a fan of that. But, other than that, I like the figure. Is it one of my top 10 DC Multiverse or blah blah blah? No. Not even close. I'm not a movie figure guy, but you gotta have Christopher Reeve. I think the movie's important enough to warrant having it. I mean, I got the freaking George Clooney Batman wave. Like, I'm not gonna get Christopher Reeve. So, you want to talk about cheesy, corny, whatever the heck. That's a good place to start. That said, are we ever gonna get Bane from that movie? It seems kind of stupid to not get Bane from that movie. But either way, there he is. Good old Christopher Reeve. Looking like, you know, good old Christopher Reeve, man. So, with that being said, if I can get him to stand here. His leg is on the cusp of getting stuck in his diaper again. He's just going to be standing up. So we can move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Christopher Reeve's Superman alongside the Batman that I feel looks best alongside this more campy style of Superman. We have the Adam West Batman, and it doesn't get more campier than Batman 66, folks. That said, I do actually have the Hugo Strange cape on this Adam West Batman figure. Shout out to Jason from 5POA Reviews for showing us how to do that. I know there were some people who posted it online before him, but that's where I got the information from. It's a relatively simple swap. Just need to heat some things up and be, cautious of the wires and the fabric and all. But there he is. And then we also have what I think is one of the better comic book style Supermans in the DC Multiverse line. We have the DC Comics 1000 Superman. This is the Walmart exclusive one with the wired cape. Also with the S on the back, because I know some of you guys really need that, or else the figure is terrible. But either way, if you wanted to swap this head onto this Christopher Reeve figure, I guess you could, if you really wanted to. But like I said before, Christopher Reeve does not have all the muscle definition of a comic book figure because, well, he's not a comic book figure. He's based off a movie, and that's what he looked like in the movie. So can't really complain there. Moving both of them out of the way, however. Way for our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's brother Mandibilith. Bring him in like so. And then we also got the infamous 11 Spawn. It's gonna sound stupid, but I wouldn't mind a super spawn or anything spawn for that matter. But as usual, Al Simmons is taller, just not towering. So with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and if a Christopher Reeve Superman from the 1970s Superman movie is what you were looking for in this figure, then by golly gee willikers, you got it. It is Christopher Reeve Superman from that very same movie in spades. However, if you wanted a good custom base body for a comic book style Superman, well, I hope you don't like muscle definition, because this guy doesn't have a ton of that going on. I was curious how ripped he would be, and yeah, he's pretty much like the Adam West figure, very smooth, not a lot of muscle definition in that suit, which makes sense because that's accurate to the source material. It is a brand new body buck after all, and I'll be very surprised if the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys can find any use out of this outside of good old Christopher Reeve here whatsoever. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.